Hidden deep in the misty mountains of Hunan province lies a town frozen in time. With ancient wooden stilt houses stretching over jade-colored waters, this city might be one of the most beautiful ancient towns I have ever visited in China. In today's video, I'll be spending the next 2 nights here exploring everything this ancient town has to offer. After a 2-hour journey from Changsha, I arrived at Fenghuang Ancient Town. This is a city in China that I've always wanted to visit, but I did not realize how close it was to Hong Kong. I think total time it took me to get here would have been 6 hours, so like a 4-hour train from Hong Kong to Changsha, and then another 2 hours from Changsha over to here. Oh, okay. When I got to the hotel, I wasn't too sure what to expect. The hotel owner met me on the main road and brought me down a dark and creepy alleyway. But after turning a corner, the entire town suddenly opened up in front of me. What I saw, I cannot describe with words. This ancient village, with its stilted houses and nighttime lights and lanterns reflecting over the calm waters, was one of the most incredible sights I have ever laid eyes on. Despite the midnight hour approaching, I couldn't resist taking a nighttime walk through the town. Even during these late hours of the night, there were so many tourists out taking photos and local farmers selling their produce.
好吃吗？
好吃，来一个尝一下。
一个多少钱
8块钱。
8块钱。
没说10块，也会打。
哦，我买一个吧。
别的都是10块钱的。
啊，好好。
人家挑的好吃的，你放心，都基本都是都是，挑的很多。让他们吃完了，吃完喝完了，你请他们这样打。
这个是什么？
这是蜂蜜，
蜂蜜水。
甜的，它要不加蜂蜜，稍微有点苦。
自己种的吗？哇。Okay, this is something I've actually seen in Utah before at Harmon's, a local grocery store, but I've never bought one because they're kind of expensive. But here, they say they're locally grown, and it was only 8 RMB for one. She poured some honey water in it, so let's see if this is any good. Huh. You know, it's a little bit like a sweet cucumber or pineapple. No, strawberry? Kiwi. That's what it is. This tastes just like kiwi. A very cucumber-like kiwi. I had no idea that they had these in China. I don't know how much there is to do in this town, but I feel like it doesn't really matter because unlike the big cities, this is kind of a place where I'd want to go to just relax. The air is really cool and crisp right now. It has almost like the scent that you get when you go into the middle of the woods. And I don't think we can really see it right now, but we're basically in between, looks like 2 mountains which are covered in trees and bamboo. I've been walking for maybe 20 minutes in one direction and I still haven't reached the end of this town. It's a lot bigger than I expected. And I just really can't get over how beautiful and how peaceful it is here. In my last video when I was in Changsha, I was a little bit stressed out, to be honest. Just things kind of weren't really going my way. And even when I got here, I had some issues, right? But now that I'm finally here, it feels good. I woke up this morning to the sound of banging because I guess the neighbors are doing some renovation at 7 in the morning. Anyway, supposedly this hotel has a breakfast provided, so I'm gonna go up to the rooftop and check it out right now. As night's veil is lifted, a silver mist rises from the Tuojiang River, the same waters that nourished this valley since the Tang Dynasty. The cobblestone lanes, worn smooth by centuries of Miao farmers, Tujia woodcarvers, and Han soldiers, glisten with dew. These stones remember, they were laid when Fenghuang was a strategic garrison, carved into the mountains during Emperor Kangshi's reign in the 1700s to guard the turbulent frontier between Hunan and Guizhou provinces. Along the riverbank, stilted sentinels of oak and pine stir from darkness. Their reflections tremble like ancestral memories in the jade-green water. Built to defy floods and foes, they stand as they have since the Ming Dynasty, when this was a land of warlords and rebellions. Honestly, I can't believe that I'm in a place like this right now. I would always see these places pop up on Instagram sometimes, But like every time I go to Asia, I'm spending most of my time in Hong Kong and I never had much time to travel around China. But now that we're here, it's so nice to be able to travel around China. And it's not like traveling around the US. Like China actually makes it relatively easy to get around the country. You don't have to rely on flights or cars. This village extends really far away from the river, but I feel like even away from the river, it's just as equally impressive as it was walking next to the river. As I've walked by, I've seen so many shops selling interesting things that I've never seen before, like these giant shellfish, or what looks like, I think, some type of giant wasp's nest or bee's nest, and I don't really know what they use this for. It seems like the farther out from the village you go, the more modern it gets. I see some LEDs in the distance, so it looks like we're getting to a more modern region.
While Fenghuang appears to be suspended in amber, a different reality is unfolding outside of the touristic center. I was quite surprised to find many elements of modern China in this low-tier Chinese city. This town does not have a metro, and its size probably doesn't warrant the creation of one.
This town might not have a metro that goes underground, but it does have this huge tunnel that basically runs through the entire city. This is what it seems like anyway. I've been walking through this for at least 10 minutes and I still haven't reached the end of it. I was wondering what I would see when I came out of the tunnel, and surprisingly, it's this really big farmers market. It looks like you've got so many local farmers that have come out to that center to sell their vegetables, their produce, and their meat. I won't post the meat section on the video, but basically there were so many animals, just like cows, pigs. It's kind of brutal. But you know, that's kind of how it is in these places, honestly. Everything here is very fresh. You know, there's no middleman, there's no marketplace. There's no grocery store in the middle. You know, these farmers are providing their product directly to you. This place is probably the biggest, oldest city in China I've ever been to. Like, I've been to some really old villages in Shenzhen or Guangdong region, which are probably, you know, similar in age, but I think modernization has hit those cities a lot. Whereas here in this area, you know, you do have some things that are modern, like that underground tunnel that goes beneath the whole city, but then you still have a lot of these really old housing and buildings. It's also kind of funny to see a random Mustang over here in the village.
10元3个，阿妹，刚出锅的。
好，谢谢。
给你拿刚出锅的。
我只要一个可以吗？
或者你要一个我的吗？我没有，行，送给你一个，因为我不能吃这么多。
我买一个吧。
不用了，你自己拿一个。
我帮你付吧。我拿一个，然后我扫给你。
我应该不能收到你的钱，因为我是用香港的支付宝微信。啊。没关系。
可以了。
可以了吗？好，谢谢。好，那这个呢？这个是什么？
这个是葛根做的。
葛根做的。
你们那边应该没有。
对，我没看过的。好，那这两个呢？我买两个。
这两个是吧？
对。
因为香港那边生活压力大啊。
yeah。
那个生活节奏太快了啊。
这里很舒服，没有那么多压力。好了，谢谢。
好，玩得开心。
Okay, I just got these corn cookies. They're steaming hot. I don't know if this is a local thing or not, but they looked pretty good and they're not too bad, pretty light. Just like a cornbread basically, but a little oilier. There are a lot of local foods here that, to be honest, I don't dare try, like some of the insects. I don't know if those are probably just a tourist thing, but like I think those shrimp pancakes that I've been seeing would be pretty good. But those, like the crabs on a stick, I don't know if I could get past all the shells. Okay, so I've come back to the hotel just for a little bit. This is the other snack I got at that place. I've been seeing these all over the place, and I want to give one a try before I leave. I think I know what this is going to taste like. I think this is going to have a slightly herbal taste to it. It's like kind of like a mochi. I think I've had something similar to this in Guangdong before. It smells a little bit grassy. Looks like it has red bean as a filling. And yeah, very herbal. It tastes really nice though. I really like to eat these. I also got a brown one. Should also be somewhat similar. I'll probably save this one for later. Just behind my hotel, there's a pagoda somewhere up on the mountain. And right now I'm trying to hike up to it so I can get a good vantage point over this entire town. Well, this whole way up, the path was really easy, but once you get up here, that trail ends. But you can see I'm almost to that pagoda up there. This trail is probably the only one, because this one just kind of goes along the side of the mountain. I'm gonna go try and get up there with following this trail. This is actually a lot higher up than I thought it was gonna be from down below. It didn't seem that bad, but this was actually a short but relatively strenuous hike. Looks like this structure is basically completely abandoned at this point. They do have some lights that light it up at night, but the doors are all boarded off. There's one window that people have broken into, but there's a sign on the front that says it's kind of in disrepair, so it's kind of dangerous to climb up there. And I'm honestly getting super creepy vibes from this. It also looks like over here they've started building another one or something. I don't really know what they're doing with this structure, but they have the frame of what looks like to be another future pagoda or some type of structure over here. It's kind of crazy that during this hike there has not been a single person on this trail. The town is relatively busy. It's not peak season, so it's not exactly crowded, but I guess maybe hiking, especially in this cold and somewhat wet weather, is probably not the most popular thing to do right now. Also, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is some very loud karaoke that has been going on in the town basically ever since I started this hike. I also hear a lot of random firecrackers going off. I wonder if they have some type of local celebration occurring. Well, I'm now exploring a section of the town that I haven't been to yet. So yesterday I walked all the way back there beyond that bridge. And then right now I'm going to head this direction. It looks like I found the area where people are getting on the boats. So I want to go see if I can get a boat ride and go back up the river and back down.这个是需要买票的吗？
对，是的，扫码买会到城楼里面去。
从第一排就可以。
第一排这里。好。
哇。对了嘞，快到的嘛。对啊，了跟三个。
Well, finally, I am sitting down to have a meal. I am really hungry. This is actually the first meal I've eaten all day today. I've had like random snacks on the street, but I haven't had any food yet. One of the guys that works here saw me filming the video, so he came out and brought me some free snacks. This is like a dried mushroom crisp. These are pretty nice, like a shiitake mushroom.
This is the local pork with Western Hunan. I will give you a taste.
Okay.
You can mix the rice. It's very delicious. And it has a slightly spicy taste.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, let's try it.
How old are you?
忘记了。29.
29.
Yeah, 29. How about you?
You guess.
Still studying, right?
Yeah.
So 2024? 20?
Just 20.
Oh, just 20.
No, 21.
21.
I born in 2004.
2004.
2004, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Wish you travel happy.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think he's the first guy I've met over here that actually speaks English. So this is like a green bean with like little pieces of minced pork. It's got a lot of those red, spicy dried chili peppers in it. And this is the sauce that the kid brought out to me. Let's see. He says this is like spicy pork. Oh wow, that's really nice actually. It has a very salty flavor, strong chili essence. It's not like other chili oils. Like if you're familiar with lao gama, it's not like that at all. I guess yeah, you could say it's very porky. And these beans, they're quite salty actually, but they have a very almost like a smoky taste to it. Hard to describe. So this is also like a mixed pork dish. It's got tofu. It's got looks like pork sausage, other pieces of pork in it. That tastes like it was cooked in a smoker. Wow, I've never had pork that tastes quite like this in China. Now these sausages look really interesting to see if they're just as smoky. It's not bad, but it's also not like those, like your typical Chinese sausage, like the lapchang. Almost a little bit more like salami or something. Like it doesn't have the sweetness that lapchang has. Okay, last thing we've gotten here are those tofu. Looks like also smoked tofu. Holy cow. So apparently this smoked pork is a signature element of Hunan cuisine. With the humid climate, meat spoiled very quickly. And so the people here try to find a way to preserve their meat. And the best way they found to do it is to dry the meat over a smoker. So usually the meats are rubbed in salt and Sichuan peppers, and then they're left out to marinate for a couple days. And then they're smoked over wood chips for 6 to 12 hours, which brings out this incredible smoky flavor to this dish. One of the biggest things I love about China is how big this country is and how vast the different cuisines are. Like in Guangdong, near the sea, you'll find tons of seafood. Over here, since it's inland, you find a lot of freshwater fish and then these smoked meats. And then every region you go to China has its own unique cuisine. When you compare that to the US, it doesn't really have too much of a local cuisine. I mean, you've got like hamburgers, or maybe if you go to the south, they have some more somewhat unique dishes. But in general, I feel like the food is all pretty similar across the United States. But in China, over here, I just feel like every single day is a new experience.
After I finished my meal, I spent the rest of the night once again wandering around the town, absorbing as much of the nighttime ambiance as I possibly can before I leave this incredible place. For a town that seemingly transports you to ancient times, it is an extremely lively place to walk around at night.
Well, I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I've really been putting a lot of effort into growing this channel, so I hope you'll help support me. Click the like and subscribe button, leave a comment down below. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next one.